in Omonoia.
And we called taxi, and I put Killian, I opened the door behind, I put him in the taxi, and I closed the door, and I want to go inside, and Killian go out.
You're going to get someone messaging you afterwards saying, why did you mention me?
Hey, fuck them.
She say, I cry because you are here today.
신락하면 스켜버리고 아무래가 못하면서.
Edo, welcome to another edition of the No Choftes podcast. Wow, second time today I'm doing a live. What's going on? I don't think this has ever happened before on the pod, to be fair. So here we go, yeah. Gasapi has just hit the nail right on the head. Buckle up. Because unless you're living under Bedra Duramiu, and you're in Cyprus, Neil Lennon is the new Omonoia manager. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I do know what to say. It was a figure of speech. I do know what to say. I'm absolutely stunned. I'm stunned. And I'll tell you why I'm stunned. We've gone from a head coach that won back-to-back titles. All right, he's had a bad season. He lost his job. To a guy who, okay, he's won the SPL a few times. 5 times, was it? 5 times? Not sure. I don't know. I haven't been reading up on this guy. My phone is popping off. Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. It's been absolutely crazy. Okay, so we got Neil Lennon now. And I'm not going to lie, boys and girls. I am very, very deflated. I'm not excited about this at all. Yesterday when I first read the news on goal.com.cy, I thought, nah, this has got to be someone taking a piss. This has got to be someone trolling. It's got to be someone that's playing games with us. Well, clearly it's fucking true, isn't it? Jesus, I don't know whether to laugh or cry, to be honest. I use social media regularly, right? And I've seen so many tweets from Celtic fans, right? And you have a divided fan base, or how it seems anyway, in terms of their views and opinions on Lennon. Some are happy for him because they saw him do a good job at Celtic in their eyes, and they want him to do well. And then you got the others on the fence that say, he's a fucking joke, he's shit, he's this, he's that. Now let's get it right, okay? And this isn't conjecture, these are facts. British coaches in Cyprus do not do well. They don't do well, do they? Let's get it right. Stephen Presley was at Buffalo. He lasted what, 9 games? George Burley was at Apollon. 2 games he lasted. It's about Mike Walker, who was at Apoel, I believe. Someone mentioned Ronnie Whelan earlier today at Olympiacos, and he did well. But then you look at the rest. Mick McCarthy, 2 months at Apoel. I think they lost 8 games in a row last season. Or was it 7? Lost count. Now, Neil Lennon has, as Andrea says here, Celtic legend with 10 trophies in 2 spells, last 16 of the Champions League. Well, hey, how long ago was that? That's the first question. Because football progresses. And if you're going to keep talking about the past, let's dig up all the other stuff in the past. But hey, listen, it is what it is. And on this podcast, we try to stay real, we try to be honest, and we try to be as supportive as we possibly can. Now, I wouldn't have selected him as the Omonoia head coach. You know, especially after this morning's podcast I did with Kevin, who knows Celtic inside and out, and he told us 4-4-2 standard system, which is what we've been playing all season. He doesn't rely on pace, which is what we need. He doesn't trust youth, which is what we need. There are so many things. They can't defend crosses. They can't defend corners. This is something that we've been suffering this season. So all these things that a Celtic fan knows, that's seen the flaws of this manager, he's gone balls deep and he's told us the facts. However, I'm going to flip it now. What's to say in the time off that Neil Lennon has had, he hasn't thought about different things, how he can improve as a head coach? God bless Callum, a good friend of mine who actually helped me get the interview with Kevin. Callum McFadden, top bloke. And he said to me earlier, Neil Lennon applied for the Sunderland job and they didn't want him. So why does he come to Omonoia? Why have Omonoia gone for him? To be honest, it's a shock to me. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Is it because he was happy to take the job straight away and that the other managers or head coaches that they offered the job to or were in talks with wanted it in the summer and we need someone ASAP? Lennon signed till 2024. And whether we like it or not, we're going to have to back the guy. I'm not going to, go back on what I said on the other podcast the other day. And I distinctly remember saying, regardless of who comes in, we need to be supportive. We need to back them because it's going to be a very, very difficult job. So this is what we're going to do in this podcast. We're going to back the manager because that is the done thing to do. You're not going to hear me on every podcast from now until he loses his job saying, Lennon out, he's shit, he's rubbish. Because when Henning Berg was going through a difficult phase, we were saying, give him the opportunity. Give him the opportunity. I'm going to go back to, again, what I said on the last podcast I did before this morning. I said the manager that comes in is going to be given ample opportunities to do what he needs to do because the powers that be that brought him in, it's on their watch. I will be very surprised if he leaves the job before the end of his contract. I'll be very surprised on that basis. Because even if results aren't great, if they see progress, if they see that he's towing the line, doing as they expected him to, then you'll be safe. But the fact is, Gobella, we're the league champions. We've had a dreadful season. We're in the bottom half of the table. We're in the relegation zone, if you want to call it that, even though I don't think we're going to go down. I can't see that happening. But we're still in the cup. So is there a chance that Lennon will come in and give these players a kick up the arse? Because that's what they need, really. He can't sign any players, can he? So he's going to have to play with the hands that he's been dealt with, the cards that he's been dealt with. So he's got to do something. And if the cup is our route to Europe, which that's the only possible way of getting into the Europa League, then we've got to back him, we've got to trust him, and the players need to buy into his philosophy, whatever it is. Now, Kevin told us this morning it's a 4-4-2. All right. Well, we've been playing that all season. He also said that, Lennon doesn't rely on much pace. Well, we've got a few players with pace, but that's the one thing we've been lacking, especially on transition. But the most important thing I say right now is we need to focus on shoring up that back line because we've been conceding too many goals this season, too many stupid goals this season. There hasn't been enough support from the midfield, especially the wide men. The central midfielders seem very, very brittle at the moment. They don't like a fight. And if Neil Lennon can bring in that fight, that heart, that passion, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. But, oh boy, interesting one. George, you heard it first. Kylian to return as something. I'm going to message him. Now you've said that, I'm going to message Kylian and ask him. Let's see. Well, great choice. Let's have a look. After evening's pod, welcome Lennon. Again, 4-4-2 and same defensive mentality. Please, anyway, let's welcome and be positive. Everybody, are you talking about this morning's pod and how now we've gone from Panayamu to welcome? Well, I'm saying welcome Neil Lennon because we're going to be polite on the guy. We're not going to shit on him before he's even showed up. I'm not happy with the appointment, but I've got to grin and bear it, like the rest of us, like the rest of the fans. It is what it is. He's our manager now. So we got to back him, whether we like it or not. Brexit managers don't work in Cyprus. Man. Fucking hell. Jesus. John Carver. Well, The difference with managers you just mentioned is that they never reach the level of Neil's. And Duxie, all right, they didn't win the SPL. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. But they had a similar thought process, similar methodology, similar style. All right, football was different then. Again, we can use that. But Lennon is going to have to hit the ground running because right now he's already on hiding to nothing from many supporters. And again, I think this is going to divide our fan base. I had a feeling this would happen. I had a feeling. And Douglas Lennon is a legend for Olympiacos. Where is he now as a coach? Yeah, I think you guys might be arguing with each other now. Back the team, expect nothing from him until the end of the season. Let's judge him next year. And Duxie, all right, George, I agree with you on that. Let's judge him end of next season. Let's judge him end of next season. Or are we going to judge him at the end of his contract? Because don't forget, he's got this group of players. He's got the summer to bring in who he wants. Then he needs to work on pre-season. Then he needs to start the season. And in January, he's got another window. So let's see. I know that there's going to be lots of arguments with Omonoia fans throughout the rest of this season and next, 100%. I can see it happening. The best thing he did, so obviously, was winning 10 trophies and the round of 16 of the Champions League, but also the signing of Virgil van Dijk. Stefano, do you know what? I'll give you that. But the thing is, you're doing Celtic scouting team a disservice there because I don't think it's Neil Lennon that got on the plane to fly out and look at Virgil van Dijk playing for Southampton. Or was it Feyenoord? It was Feyenoord, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. It was a Dutch side. I'm not sure. So, yeah. There's no chance this guy stays here. I'll give him 6 months. Exi Minesre. Exi. You give him that. Do you think we will win the cup as we are? Filemo, anything is possible right now. That's the only trophy we've got to play for. Yeah? Anorthosi and Apoel are facing each other. So one of those two are going out. Apollon, who are top of the league, they're out. So the onus is on us to win it, as far as I'm concerned. If he can give us a new manager bounce, that's his first game at IL, isn't it? IL is going to be his first game in the first leg. So he can give us that bounce. I don't see why we can't do it. If we win the cup at the end of the season, after the year that we had, it'll be a bloody miracle, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think this will work. Filemo, do you know what? I agree with you, but I'm not going to be negative about it. I'm not going to give up on it. You got to give him a chance, whether we like it or not. You know? As I said earlier, it's not the appointment we'd have wanted, but let's be real. For the amount of money that the club are willing to pay a manager every year, who was out there with the credentials, because we've heard it on numerous occasions, the club wanted someone with a record of winning trophies. I want Bedro to come on. My friend Bedro that was on the other day, I was talking to me about a head coach that should come in that's won titles recently. That'd be an interesting conversation for me and him to have. I'll tell you, Jesus. Exactly. I think I'm a bit behind there, Phil. So you have to, 100% agree with me. He's here until the summer of 24. Yeah, that's right. Neil Lennon signed Virgil for Celtic. Yeah. Link you up. And Duxie, let me put it. This is going to be fun, man. Are you eating pizza again, Pedro? Because I don't want you with a mouthful of food when you're talking to me. I don't want your mouth full. You can't speak with your mouth full. Like I said, I am more interested to see what he does with this defense. Because we got Huberchan at 36. We got Juste at 36. I don't know when Lang is going to be back. I don't know when Banayodu is going to be back. So we got no other central defenders than two players, the combined age of 72. It just says it all, doesn't it? We can't even go three at the back. Dashaman, man. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. كيف حالك؟
It's a gala.
Καλά είμαι ρε φίλε, καλά. Είναι τρώα πίτσα.
No? What did you have?
Ρε σήμερα τρώμε εγγέτ ντομάτα και αγκούρι.
Whoa! Olives, tomatoes and halloumi. Look at this guy. He's gone all health freak on us. All right, the halloumi too much salt there.
Ποιο halloumi ρε?
What did you say? Didn't you just say halloumi?
Εγγέτ, ντομάτα και αγκούρι.
Anguri, sorry. Jeez, everyone wants to jump on now. We've got two more people. Do you know what? I'm going to get you all on. Fuck it. Let's go. Stefano's here. And, Eton Levendi. Look at this guy. I was wondering when you'd show your pretty little face on this screen.
Actually, it's the first time that I watched the stream live.
Bravo σου.
I'm
Well
watching it
done.
afterwards, so
Δεν τρέβεσαι αμούτρα σου, you're waiting this long to watch it live. Nah.
I want to enjoy full, not lagging. I don't have to
No
tolerate
lagging.
with Roy's
lagging.
internet and all that stuff.
I was about to ask if that no lagging was a dig at Roy, but now I know.
Just a bit.
Bomba. Stefano, what's going on there?
Πριν να μιλήσω ο Στέφανος, θέλω να πω εγώ κάτι.
Άρα,
Είμαι πολλά νευριασμένος.
have I become a meme now? Is this what it is?
Όχι, αφού ενευρίαζα. Is this a signing? For fuck's sake, man.
Hold on, wait.
What's going on?
No one's spoken.
Oh,
Hello, Michael.
Oh, big up Michael. True legend.
big up.
Stay where you are. You're better off.
Right, I'm going to mute the other two because I can hear myself, right? So, Pedro, you far away and then I'll let Stefano Grigori or Grigori's Maz. Come on, Pedro, let's go.
So all the discussion we had the other day, it all went to shit, basically. Because, it all went to shit. We still don't know if there's going to be a technical manager. We have a coach now, and he signed for until when? 1.5 this year and the next. So 1.5 year, yeah? Is this season and the next season? Great. So we have a lot of money to pay for, αποζημίωση. I don't know. Do you have any idea about his salary? Did you hear anything? Maybe because today I watched the podcast you did with the guy from Celtic, what is it, broadcaster?
Kevin,
yeah, I saw that. And now I was watching on my phone and I saw that you came on. I didn't know the news. I heard it from you. And I go, fuck me, man. Fuck me. What the hell is going on? So whatever we said the other day, exactly the most negative things have happened. And listening to Kevin, what he was saying today, for fuck's sakes, man, why do we need a coach like this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, Stefano, can you answer this question for Pedro?
Because he's the cheaper one, the cheapest option. In my opinion, he's the cheapest option out of Milojevic and the other guy, Van der Brom. Milojevic wanted a lot of money.
Van der Brom didn't want to join until the summer.
Okay. Milojevic was a lot of money, so I think it was more, they relied on the more cheapest option, in my opinion. That's why they went for Neil Lennon.
What's your answer, Grigori? Why do you think we got this guy?
Αρχάς να μιλήσω ελληνικά για να με τελειάνετο. Καταλαβαίνω ακριβώς τον που λαλείτε. Ο Μιλόγεβιτς, καταρχάς πιστεύω είναι out of our budget anyway. Ο άνθρωπος είχε φύγει από την ΑΕΚ να πάει Αραβικά Εμιράτα, μιλούμε για τρελά λεφτά. Καταλαβαίνω ακριβώς τούτον που λαλείτε, τις ανησυχίες σας. Εν τούτον που συζητούσαμε το Stel, μόλις τα άκουσα, ακούστηκε μου λίγο ο Άγγλος Τάκης Λεμονής, να γεμώσουμε Jack Byrne, να γεμώσουμε Joe Garner. Αλλά από την άλλη προσπαθώ να είμαι λίγο αισιόδοξος, του τύπου ότι ο Henning Berg ήταν ένας Englishman in New York. Ξέραμε τον σαν παίχτη, δεν τον ξέραμε σαν προπονητή. Εξαρτάται πολλά πράγματα. Θα του κάτσει το κλίμα, η ομάδα, μπορεί να ξεκινήσει και να κάνει ένα δυο αποτελέσματα καλά και να ξεκινήσει να πιάσει boost. Μπορεί να είναι όλα κακά και ανάποδα. Πρέπει να του δώσουμε τον χρόνο του. Σίγουρα για να κάνει τα πράγματα που κάνουμε στη Σκωτία έχει κάποια εμπειρία. Εγώ είμαι λίγο του σκεπτικό ότι πρέπει να του δώσουμε ένα clean slate του άνθρωπου και να περιμένουμε να δούμε. Οι άνθρωποι που τον προσεγγίσαν για μέ είναι το καλό της Ομόνοιας που θέλουν, είναι το κακό της. Σίγουρα κάτι είδαν για να παντζάμε. Δεν θεωρώ ότι είναι τυχαίο και θεωρώ ότι μετά από την κατραπατσιά που έγινε με τον Μπέρκ, που έφυγε ο Μπέρκ, ο κόσμος είναι εναντίον, ξέρω εγώ, ότι είναι να ρισκάραν σε μια μεσαία λύση. Θεωρώ ότι ψάξαν το για να κάνουν την κίνηση. Και εμένα φαίνεται μου παράξενο, είναι θετικά τα δείγματα που έδωκαν οι Άγγλοι, οι Σκοτσέζοι προπονητές στην Κύπρο. Είναι γνώστες του πρωταθλήματος. Αλλά από την άλλη είναι οι άνθρωποι που είναι ασχέτοι. Είναι το καλό της ομάδας που θέλουν, ασχέτα φέτος ήταν μια κακή σεζόν.
And I suppose, right? Do you think that he can change his systemata? Because as we said this morning in the podcast with Kevin, the system, the formation, the type of player that he likes, the type of players that he wants to play in this system, it seems very negative. Do you think that he might have changed his philosophia?
Friend, είναι πολύπλοκο το πράγμα που ρωτάς. Θεωρώ ότι πλέον στην εποχή που είμαστε τα συστήματα είναι πολλά σχετικό. Παίζω 4-4-2, παίζω 4-2-3, να βλέπεις τη Liverpool ή τη City μπροστά, δεν έχουν striker πλέον. Είναι πολλά fluid τα συστήματα, αλλάζουν. Ούλα εξαρτούνται από το τι παίχτες έχεις και το τι μπορούν να κάνουν μες στο γήπεδο. Δηλαδή, αν ο ίδιος θέλει να παίξει 4-4-2, αλλά δεν έχει το υλικό να παίξει 4-4-2, θεωρώ ότι πρέπει να είναι πολλά βλάκας για να επιμένει για μέ. Το μοντέρνο ποδόσφαιρο πλέον νομίζω άλλαξε που το κλασικό παίζω 4-4-2, παίζω 4-3-3. Βλέπεις όλους τους παίχτες να κάνουν τα πάντα. Είπα σου, εμένα η άποψη μου και συμφωνώ με το comment που βλέπω τώρα από κάτω είναι ότι πρέπει να δούμε ένα clean slate του ανθρώπου, να τον αφήκουμε να δουλέψει, να κάνουμε υπομονή, να μην ξεχνούμε που ήμασταν πριν 2 χρόνια. Εντάξει, είναι λογικό να κάνουμε και μια κακή σεζόν.
Φίλε, νομίζεις ο φόβος είναι because of what happened with Mick McCarthy πέρσι?
Όχι, γενικά οι Άγγλοι προπονητές και όσοι που ήρθε στην Πάφο και ο Μικ Μακκάρθι φαίνεται ότι ήταν out of their water. Δεν είχαν ιδέα από το τι γίνεται στο κυπριακό ποδόσφαιρο. Αλλά άμα εγώ, ένας απλός υπάλληλος, ξέρω εγώ, σκέφτομαι το πράγμα, δυνατόν οι άνθρωποι που είναι υπεύθυνοι και να μην το σκεφτήκα. Και να μην το βάλαν σε μια ζυγαριά με pros και cons και να είπα ότι ξέρεις τούτος, έχει παραπάνω pros παρακons. Κοίτα, προσπαθώ να τα βλέπω θετικά. Έχω τους ίδιους προβληματισμούς μαζί σας. Είναι ότι οι παγιές εκλείσαμε τον Neil Lennon. Ο μόνος Lennon που γουστάρουμε είναι ο John Lennon. No Aaron Lennon, no Neil Lennon, nobody Lennon. Εντάξει, να έχει πλάκα ο προπονητής μας το καλοκαίρι, μπορεί να πάει και στις θάλασσες και είναι έτσι άσπρος με κοτσίνα μαλλιά.
Don't talk about his trips to Mackenzie. I don't want to be hearing that.
Εντάξει, πολύ πλάκα.
Oh God, Jesus. Pedro, talk to me, man.
Okay. I'm going to base some thoughts according to what Kevin said today. Striker number 1, Chepo, he's out. Because he's looking for a striker of a killing machine. So probably he's not going to want Chepo. So Chepo is out. Madabs is out. That's 2.
Money has only just come.
We're talking about next year. I'm speaking according to what Kevin said of what kind of players he likes, correct? I don't know. You tell me if you agree with me or not later.
No. But the thing is, he said he plays with 2 strikers, yeah? Plays with 2 strikers. 2 poachers. Yes. So does that mean that Gaguli is out of the picture because he's a poacher?
No. Gagu is staying, you know why? Because he's the most daring of the 3 of them. He puts his legs in, he pushes, he runs.
And he should stay.
And he should stay. He should stay. Because he's the only asset of Cyprus that we have in Omonoia at that position at the moment. So basically, we have, out of the 3 strikers, I count that 2 are going to be leaving in the summer. Then we hear that, I heard Kevin saying that he doesn't really give chances to youngsters. That is troubling. Where's Lazy gonna go? He's gonna be benched. Okay, maybe he should be benched for a while. What about the other boys that are rising up that Berg was putting in the game, and we were watching them and we were saying, "Fuck's sakes, these guys they should be getting more chances. They're going to improve. They're going to be good players." But listening to what Kevin said today, it seems like they won't be getting these opportunities, are they? Seems like no.
Well, we can only live in hope. I'm guessing that when they were discussing his contract and everything, they told him, listen, we don't have a big budget, so don't expect to be signing 8 or 9 players. We want to promote youth. We've got a youth academy here that's thriving, as we've seen. We've got great players coming through. And is there a possibility that Lennon has got a lot more contacts within the UK and in the north of the hemisphere, so to speak? I mean, I know Berg is Scandinavian, but at the same time, you know, perhaps he wasn't as hands-on with transfers. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he should. If he does, I don't know, but he should. And I'm going to go to what Grigori said earlier. Εντάξει, ξέρουμε ότι και οι Εγγλέζοι που ήρθαν, ο Μακάρθι και ο άλλος της Πάφου, δεν τα πήγαν καλά. Εν τους έκατσεν η Κύπρος και φίαση. Η Κύπρος συνήθως του Εγγλέζου κάθεται του για φαΐν και ποτό. Όχι αμέ. Ο Σκοτσέζος δεν είναι και πολλά διαφορετικός που τον Εγγλέζο. Απλά ο Σκοτσέζος απλά νευριάζει παραπάνω. From my experience with Scottish people.
But he's from Northern Ireland, though, isn't he?
Same shit.
No. Behave yourself. I'm not having that. Okay. First of all, I don't want death threats. Okay, right? Because you live in Cyprus. That's like thousands of miles away. I'm in London. They can get me. All right. So
I'm global. Don't worry.
You watch your mouth. For fuck's sake, man. What's wrong with you? Jesus, I already had death threats from Serbia thanks to Savage, for fuck's sake. I want death threats from people in Northern Ireland and Scotland. Out there.
I'm by your side, brother.
Yeah, 4,000 miles away.
4,000 miles away, but by your side.
Okay.
So I don't know what else to say. What do you think about the things I said? I mean, I
want Stefano to talk. Okay. I want Stefano to talk because he's been sitting there really quiet, and I know that he's about to erupt.
No. I don't know. I just want to support this kind of thing they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking, first of all. But he is an okay manager, in my opinion. He has tasted like trophies, glory, and all that stuff. I know Scotland is easier than to manage in England or whatever. Completely different mentality towards us, completely different league towards comparison into the Cypriot league. I don't know what he's gonna do. He only that's the thing. He only knows like the Scottish type of football, the English, the British kind of football. If he's gonna bring that into the Cypriot mentality, that's gonna take a long time, and then usually it doesn't work. So, what kind of players he's gonna bring? Because he had a lot of good players, foreign players, not just British players, foreign players. As I mentioned before, Van Dijk. He had players like Pukki, other players now that don't come in my mind, Wanyama, and all these kind of players that he has managed did well in the Champions League as well. But like I said before, it's more like he's the cheapest option, and I think at the same time, they believe that he is the one that has the biggest chance to win us, I don't know, something, to get us out something, or maybe to win us the league because he won the league in Scotland many times. But Omonoia Celtic are the same. That's the thing. And the Scottish League and the Cypriot League are the same. The Cypriot League has evolved and developed over the few years. Scottish League is more like amateur kind of league. Compared to like the other teams below Celtic and Rangers, it's completely different. But I don't know what...
Stefano, sorry for interrupting. Γιατί λέτε συνέχεια ότι ήταν η πιο φτηνή λύση? Δηλαδή, εγώ καταρχάς δεν υποστηρίζω κανένα.
I don't know, νομίζω.
Να σου πω το σκεπτικό μου. επειδή ο Πέτρος είναι εντελώς αρνητικός της υπόθεσης, εγώ είμαι ο θετικός της υπόθεσης και εσύ είσαι η φωνή της λογικής, έχει πολλά πιο φτηνές λύσεις που μπορούσαν να προσεγγίσουν. Φάση Κέρκες,
Ναι,
ενώ ο
ναι,
Λιάκος, έχει τόσους πολλούς. Λογικά για να καταλήξαν τζάμε πρέπει να έχουν κάποιο λόγο. Ενώ θεωρώ ότι ήταν η πιο φτηνή επιλογή, γιατί είναι ένας προπονητής που άμα είναι αυτό προτάθηκε μόνο στους ομάδες στην Αγγλία, έχει κάποιον budget πίσω.
Πιστεύω ανάμεταξύ Βάντε Μπρομ, Μιλόγεβιτς και Λένον, πιστεύω, γι' αυτό μου λέω τσίπες, για τους τρεις, σίγουρα είναι πιο φτηνός Πογκέρκες, πιο ακριβώς Πογκέρκες, αλλά ενώ τα είχαμε το Βάντε Μπρομ, Μιλόγεβιτς, τούτοι τρεις, τα μεγάλα ονόματα που λαλούσαν, μπορεί και να ήταν ο πιο φτηνός, γι' αυτό που λέω η πιο φτηνή λύση. Γιατί ακούσαμε ότι ο Μιλόγεβιτς ήθελε πολλά λεφτά και ο Βάντε Μπρομ, γι' αυτό που λέω ότι είναι ο πιο φτηνός.
Και το άλλο που προβληματίζουμε, φίλε, είναι κοινό που λαλούν και στα σχόλια ότι τόσο ο άνθρωπος είναι υπευθύνος να κάνει μεταγραφές ή να έχει κάποιον τεχνικό διευθυντή που να του φέρνει τους παίχτες. Οπότε αλλάζει το πράγμα. Αλλάζει πολλά το πράγμα. Αν θα βάλουν τεχνικό διευθυντή και θα γεμώσουμε Μπέρν και Κάρνερ και ξέρω εγώ τι.
Εξαρτάται, θα φέρουν.
Boys, do you know what? I think, as I said at the beginning, this is going to divide a lot of supporters. And at the end of the season, if we, everyone's going to shut up. If next season we win the league or finish second, again, people are going to shut up. But the fact is, there's a lot of work to be done. A lot of work. And forget Lennon for 1 second. We're talking about this squad because clearly they've let the manager down. They let Henningberg down. And I'm sure most of them will be the first to admit it. So I'm not saying, it's your fault, this and that, it's your fault. But they will need to share the blame. And now that Lennon is in, it's a clean slate, yes. And a lot of these players will probably look over their shoulder and I think, shit, we really need to graft more than we've ever grafted before, because right now, as you can tell from the comments, you can tell from this Govenda, we're still like this. Do you know what I mean?
Φρένε, εμένα ξέρεις με, είμαι ο παδός της Arsenal και της Ομόνοιας. Ποτέ και οι δυο μου ομάδες δεν θα πάνε καλά. Ποτέ. Είμαι σχεδόν 30 χρονών, ποτέ δεν ζήσα έτσι πράγμα. Ο Αρτέτα ήταν ένας πουθενάς, ήταν τίποτε. Πως αρχήν της σεζόν ήταν να φύγει. Τώρα έχουν το Θεό. Εν ανάλογα το πώς είναι να κάτσει το κλίμα, η ομάδα σε έναν προπονητή, δεν μπορείς να ξέρεις άλλος να εξελιχθεί. Δηλαδή ακόμα και η σεζόν τώρα που προσωπική μου άποψη είναι πάρα πολύ δύσκολο να σωθεί. Γιατί η ψυχολογία στα τάρταρα είναι πολύ δύσκολο να σώσεις τη χαμένη χρονιά. Ουσιαστικά που το καλοκαίρι και μετά να δείξει να κάνει τις επιλογές. Τώρα έρχεται με ένα ρόστερ που είναι δικό του, με ένα ρόστερ που είναι μαθημένο τα τελευταία 2 χρόνια να παίζει με άλλο σύστημα, άλλον τρόπο, αυτοματισμούς του Μπέρκ. Δεν μπορούμε να ογκρινούμε ακόμα και ο κυπέλλον να χάσει. Αλλά λέω σου, μπορεί να πιάσει τον πιο άκυρο προπονητή και να του κάτσει. Να του κάτσει και να φύγει. Μπορεί ας πούμε να πιάσει τον καλύτερο προπονητή που υπάρχει και για τον ΑΒ λόγο να μην κάνει τίποτε. Όποιος προπονητής αν έρθει τώρα στην Ομόνοια, έχει έναν πολύ μεγάλο θετικό. Δεν έχει τα χρέη που είχε πριν λίγα χρόνια. Έχει ήδη εξακουστών ότι η Ομόνοια αναβάθμισε τις ακαδημίες. Καλοί παίχτες. Έχει έναν υλικό να δουλέψει. Πλέον είναι μια ομάδα που είναι πιέμπου, οπότε μάζεψαν και κάποιους ευρωπαϊκούς πόντους. Οπότε δεν είμαστε στο επίπεδο που ήμασταν πριν, που έπρεπε να έρθει ένας σούπερ προπονητής να μας σώσει. Εξαρτάται τώρα, έχει πολλές συγκυρίες που να παίξουν ρόλο. Και αυτό θεωρώ ότι
it's a rebuild, Bale. It's a rebuild, Bale. It's like when Berg came in the first time. It's a rebuild.
It's a rebuild, αλλά είναι που το πλήν που να ξεκινήσει. Είναι που το 0, που το 10. Είναι που το πλήθη 200. Απλά εγώ που πιστεύω είναι ότι εμείς σαν Ομονιάτες πρέπει να κάνουν υπομονή. It's a project. Δεν θα δουλέψει από μια μέρα στην άλλη. Πρέπει να είμαστε τζαμέ, γιατί η ομάδα μας τα τελευταία 2 χρόνια εδώ και μας απίστευτες χαρές. Είναι υποχρέωση μας τώρα να είμαστε τζαμέ.
Yeah. That's all, Phil. I've got my reservations, and the reason why I got my reservations is because
I fully understand. I fully understand.
But the thing is, I've got my reservations because I wanted a coach that's progressive, that moves with the times. I haven't seen that with Neil Lennon in the SPL. I'm not going to shit on the SPL because that would be completely wrong and it wouldn't be right. But
who will be the perfect candidate for you? The first man who comes in your mind.
The first name was Van den Brom. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
But again, it's circumstances. He didn't want to join now. He wanted to join in the summer. And I understand the club's perspective. But as I said, I wanted a manager that's progressive, that relies on youth, that it can change a style. But again, a lot of things that I've heard, the guy plays one way and one way only. Now we can say Berg did the same because he did, especially this season. But at the same time, Berg, you can see him on the touchline constantly coaching. This is a big job. I don't think people in different countries, or especially like, I don't know, Scotland, Northern Ireland, that might be watching or following the podcast, they probably think, Cyprus, shit football, shit league. No one really cares. But to be fair, this is a bigger job than probably Celtic. And people are going to start laughing and think, you're chatting shit. I know Celtic is a massive club. We're this and Celtic's out here.
Celtic who? Celtic who?
Come on, Ray. Come on. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Right? But if Celtic went 10, 11 years without winning a title, which they have done in the past, I think the most was actually 9. Was it 8? I can't remember. But if they went 10, 11 years without winning the title, and then they change managers and he wins back-to-back and then he gets sacked, the next guy that comes in, he needs to step up. He needs to better that, or at least level up, or be equal. So this is big for Lennon. I said it when Berg got sacked. The next person that comes in is big shoes to fill. It's big shoes to fill. And I hope Lennon realizes how big a job this is, because our fans can be cutthroat, man.
Man, he was before or after Brendan?
He was before and then after. He had 2 spots.
Before and after.
Γρηγόρη μου, απλά για να ξεκαθαρίσω κάτι. Εν είμαι ενάντια στον άνθρωπο. Ούτε τον είδα, ούτε τον ξέρω, ούτε είναι άλλος μιλά ξέρω, ούτε αν θα καταλάβω τα εγγλέζικα του ξέρω. The comments I was making, I said it, is based on what Kevin said. It's not my opinion. I do not have an opinion. Και το άσχημο είναι ότι δεν δικαιούμαι να έχω opinion ως το τέλος της σεζόν. Τούτον είναι το άσχημο για μένα. Γι' αυτό προχτές που μιλούσα με τον Stel, ήμουν εγώ και ο Stel, και είπα ότι δεν θέλω να έρθει προπονητής τώρα. Εγώ θέλω να έρθει προπονητής το καλοκαίρι. Ότι δεν τον ήθελα να έρθει τώρα να τελειώσει το πρωτάθλημα και ύστερα να έχει 1 χρόνο μπροστά του. Εγώ θα τον έρθει το καλοκαίρι, να στήσει την ομάδα του, να ξεκινήσει τη δουλειά του και να δείξει που μιας αρχής. Γιατί σίγουρα δεν μπορούμε να πούμε τίποτε τώρα και να αποτύχει και να μην πιάει το κύπελλο ή να μην τα πάει καλά ή να σιούλουν ήττες, δεν μπορούμε να πούμε τίποτε, δεν μπορούμε να του ρίξουμε καμιά ευθύνη και εν τούτον που εννοώ. Όχι γιατί είμαι ενάντια στον άνθρωπο. Μακάρι να έρθει και να τους τα κάνει όλα ίσα πάνω τα μέσα. Πάνω χαρά μας εμάς, και χαλά μας, για όνομα του Θεού. Απλά, the negativity comes from the people that already know him. And that is what is worrying me. And that's why I didn't want to coach now. And I agree. Stel, Van der Brom, how much do you think will be his cap salary, give or take? Would he be around the 400,000?
I think it would be more, to be honest.
Half?
Probably half. But I think
so it's what I was saying the other day.
Yeah. So listen, if Mick McCarthy was on 250, 300,000 a boil, Lennon will probably be on the same. He'd probably be on the same. And if his assistant is there, you're probably looking at 170, 150, 200.
That's the point that, and we were both agreeing the other day that we would prefer someone I at least would prefer someone in the region of Van der Brom, of that category, let's say, as a coach, and that I wanted him to come not now, finish the year με το Μαριούιν τζαμέ, ό,τι κάνει έκαμε, να τους κάνει και καμιά στραβή και να πούν το περιμένουν να σπάξει και αν κυπελούν και ο σκαβιάσει κιόλας και καλά ως κάνει και να έρθει το καλοκαίρι να πιάσεις τον προπονητή σου με την ησυχία σου, because by summer you would have more time. It wouldn't be just Van der Brom. You could have had a look at 2 or 3 or 4 other coaches, and you might have even have had a better solution in the summer. That's my opinion.
Enough. All right. Okay. Well, look, we've gone on for 40 minutes, and I'm sure we can go on forever. But let's wrap it up with a question for each and every single one of you. I want people in the chat to contribute as well. Is he going to be a success? Yes or no? Pedro?
No.
No?
No.
Stefano?
I don't know. It's a difficult question. I have to answer between yes or no. What I want, yes. What I believe, I'm a bit 50.
No, don't sit on the fence. Put your nuts on the table.
Okay.
You're with the big boys now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, right. Adere, come on, Mr. Arsenal. You've muted yourself. Ade, come on.
Είναι πολλά δύσκολη ερώτηση που κάνεις, ρε φίλε. Να μας ξανακλείσουν
yes or no, ρε. Come on.
Να μας ξανακλείσουν lockdown, yes or no.
Είναι απλά υποθέσεις που κάνουμε τώρα, ρε φίλε. Και το βάλουμε το χέρι μας μες στη φωτιά και τα κρούσουμε.
Κοίτα. Αν πάω instinctively, no. Θέλω να πετύχει, ενστικτοδός φτιάχνει μου και εμένα κάτι αρνητικό, αλλά προσπαθώ να είμαι θετικός.
Okay.
Αλλά και εμένα, η πρώτη μου άποψη, μιλήσαμε το πρωί με το Στέλ και λαλό το αμάνα μου, είναι μου γίνεται. Λαλό του είναι και τούτη της ελευθέρωσης.
Oh, you're going back to the old school.
Αλλά να δείξει ρε παιδιά, πραγματικά θέλω όσον τίποτε να πετύχει για το καλό της ομάδας μας, μακάρι να βγούμε όλοι λάθος. Αλλά, εντάξει.
No.
Time will tell.
Let's leave it at that.
Να μιλήσουμε και για τη Arsenal.
No, fuck that.
No.
Fuck that. Ade, gone. Fear.
Bye, guys.
Right. Boys, thank you very much. Pedro, Stefano, Grigori, thank you very much.
Thank you. Να βγαίνω να θωρείς τη φατσούα μου τώρα.
Εντάξει, Google μου. Right, that's it for the edition of...
Ο Google είναι άλλος.
Έχει δόν κατζίνος.
Άντε, man. Χάρηκα.
Bye-bye.
Άντε, guys.
Thank you. Right. That's it for the edition of the No Choftes podcast. We are all very excited, apprehensive, anxious. But hey, this is the club. This is the club that we support. So, who wants to do the ending? Who wants to end it? Because Roy ain't here. Who wants to finish it?
Me, of course.
Come on, come on.
This is No Choftes podcast, the Alpha podcast. Tell your NOUNA, like and subscribe. Vamos, Omonoia.
Vamos.